Welcome to our Education Today. I'm Natalie Richter of Armstrong Junior Senior High School in the Armstrong School District. Here at Education Today, we try to highlight the good happenings in our district as much as possible. Highlighting what our teachers are doing to help enhance our teaching is a great topic to cover. And so, we have been bringing in teachers who have been awarded grants. As we've mentioned in the previous episodes, budgets are tight, so faculty and staff alike need to continue to be creative in ways to stretch the dollar as much as possible. Tonight we will highlight one of the many grants the district teachers have been awarded in the last year. These grants are made possible through the AHS-TV Foundation. First we will bring in the teacher who wrote the grant we will highlight tonight. Welcome to Education Today. Would you please tell us about your current roles with the district and how you've been teaching?
Sure. My name is Erica Hogan. I'm currently the gifted support teacher at Lenape Elementary, and I've been working with the district for about 16 years.
What is the name of your grant and when was it awarded to you?
The name of my grant is Got Robots. As you can see, there's a robot here with me today, and I received it last spring.
What kind of grant did you apply for and what students were enhanced by it? Mention the schools and how many how many were in the schools.
I was awarded a $500 classroom grant for my current classroom, the gifted support room. There are about 30 students in my classroom this year, and then the grant will continue since it, as you can see, it's a robot. We can continually use it throughout, so more students will be impacted by it.
Could you tell us a little bit about the grant that you wrote?
Sure. It was for the Lego Mindstorms, and it is a programming robot, and there's about 83 different things that you can build with the Legos that they gave to us, and the students are able to use the computer to program the different types of things that they build and make them do different activities, as you'll see later on in the show.
How did you come up with this idea?
It was my first year in the gifted support classroom last year. Previously, I've taught second grade and third grade, in kindergarten and other subject areas. But in the gifted support classroom, the students have already taken some of the courses that we offer in the elementary school. So they needed something else to fill their schedule, and I was looking for something creative. Sometimes they take like a foreign language, and as I was researching programming, computer programming, and coding is the language that they're really excited about, and it's considered a language. And when I was doing the research, it stated that the earlier you learn how to code, the better you are at it. And so since all of you young people are going to be in a world where coding needs to happen with all the apps that are being created now and all the technology that's going to be available to them, especially with the kindergarten through sixth grade students now, I thought it would be a great idea to get some coding into it. And then Lego, who doesn't like Legos, especially all the kids in my room in kindergarten through sixth grade. And I resaw this program and thought it would be a wonderful way to bring both things together to get some of the STEM into our classroom.
Did or does this grant cover only your classes, or do multiple grades and teachers take advantage of these as well?
Well, right now I'm kind of like the guinea pig. So our class gets to go through the Legos, and since it was a classroom grant this year, we just started using everything, and they were able to program on the computer and just learn how to code. And then they worked through and they built one robot so far. But as it continues, well, the Legos are reusable, so we'll get to just continually use them in my classroom. And my principal was really excited to see what the students were doing, so he was talking about getting more sets. Lego Education has different types of grade level sets. So there's a set for the younger grades, like kindergarten through third grade, and then there's a set for more advanced, the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and then we actually have the 7th through 12th set, but the 6th graders are using it now.
How did the students react to this grant? What were their thoughts, reactions, and comments?
Well, it's not a textbook, so they were excited when
Definitely.
they walked. Usually they're just used to doing reading, math, language, and spelling in my classroom. And then we do have computers, and we have use of iPads and Chromebooks, but when they saw the Legos, they were like, oh my goodness, toys. But they are very, very excited. And when the littler ones, the younger ones in kindergarten saw the 6th graders building the more advanced robots, they're excited. And these students have me from kindergarten through the ones that are in my classroom now, so they'll get to see what the older kids are doing, and then they get excited about learning, so they'll be excited for the next year and the year after that, so they can build on each of the steps.
Have you noticed the difference in students learning as far as picking up on concepts more quickly or things that like related to that?
I definitely think that they've picked up the concepts fairly quickly. With coding, I didn't know a lot about it. I'm an elementary teacher, and my background is strong in the math and English, but with the coding, it's new to me. And I went on and I researched and I kind of learned with them. We started with the Bits box, and it's a program that comes each month, and it's a subscription box. I'm sure you've heard about the subscription boxes. There's makeup ones and different things. This one is a computer programming one. So each month they come with a card, and then on the back it walks you through the coding so that you can read every single step of how to do it. So this is the beginning, and I kind of went through it with them, and we learned together. There is a teacher guide inside, which is good for me because they're already ahead of me where I've been. So it's been great to see their reaction and what they're learning with all of this.
What was the grant writing process like? Have you done anything like this before?
I have written grants before. I think the ASD Foundation is a wonderful, wonderful program that helps all the teachers in the district get supplies that we wouldn't normally be able to purchase. And when I taught second grade, I wrote a grant for writing centers, and we published books. I actually wrote a grant for iPads in elementary school, and we were the first. Lenape Elementary was the first elementary school to receive the iPad carts, and now every single building in the district has iPad carts now, so I'm really proud of that one. And honestly, just recently, I've just received another one, and the students are really excited about our virtual reality glasses. So we just received a kit of 10 virtual reality glasses, and we're going to go on some great field trips.
What was or is the biggest benefit of having the grant awarded and instituted into your classes?
The biggest benefit is that it fills the kids' schedule with lifelong applications that they need in life. They get to learn all the new things that are coming out with making apps and coding that you normally wouldn't get in an elementary school. Usually you're just learning how to read and how to write and how to do math so that you're better prepared for high school. I think that this is just an amazing opportunity for them to be able to learn how to code and to build a robot and to actually make it move. This is something that I think will be very useful for them in the future.
Have you been able to sustain this grant into this year, or was it a one-year project?
We started it this year, but we'll be able to continually use it now that we have everything that we need until it's outdated, I guess.
Are there STEM-related objectives to this grant incorporates, or if so, how do these affect the students?
There are definitely STEM goals in this grant. It basically was written as a STEM project. STEM basically is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So every single aspect of that is incorporated into this. One of the big things that I strive to do with the kids they call it the 3 C's of STEM education, and it's to collaborate, which they work together as a team to build the robot, and then they need to communicate with each other, and they also, whenever they're building, and then they'll present their robot to the other students in the classroom. So they'll have to use all of those things, and that's something they can take on to further education and out in life, because you're going to have to be able to collaborate with other people and communicate with other people through your whole entire life.
What kind of research or work did your students need to complete the work throughout the grant?
Well, as I mentioned previously, we started out with just the basic coding program, and they worked through just the easy codes, just going through, and this one happens to be just like a 9-step coding process. And then they went through all of the 6th graders that actually built the robot, they just flew through all of the steps of the code. So they were ready to go. So they started building the robot. When it took us a very long time to build the robot, they had a tedious process. I think it was 191 steps that they had to complete, and they were excited about it. But they definitely, step by step, are making it through. They're programming it right now and using the computer and the robot connects to the USB port and they're downloading their programs.
What were or are your goals with the grant?
My basic goal, like I said earlier, was just to get them interested in a new form of learning through like a project-based learning. They knew that they had to build this robot, and they knew that there was a problem that needed to be solved. They needed to be able to program it. So they used that collaboration and cooperation and communication throughout the engineering and building process. And with engineering also, there's going to be some problems and some hiccups that come up with it. And they're going to have to learn how to solve those problems. And they've been doing really well and using resources and research to try to figure out how to fix the problems they've encountered.
How difficult would this project have been to execute the grant that not been received?
Actually, we would not have been able to do any of this if I didn't receive the grant. The budget is tight, and we need textbooks and different things to be able to teach the regular education courses, so I would not have been able to do this at all if I didn't receive the grant.
Is there anything else that we may not have covered related to this grant or the process that you'd like to share?
I just would encourage any teachers in the district that are watching to definitely write a grant for the AHS-TV Foundation, and I'd like to thank the AHS-TV Foundation for doing this for our district. I'd also like to thank the technology department because they had to come into my classroom and download some new programs onto our classroom computers, and my principal at our school for allowing us to bring this type of education into our building.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Stick around.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We are all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the abovetheinfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
Hi, I'm Jen McCroskey. I'm a prevention specialist with the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Hey parents, put your drug knowledge to the test. Attend a free teen scene program. Learn about signs and symptoms of drug use and abuse, current drug trends, resources for help, and view a large display of items where drugs can be hidden. For more information, call 724-354-2746, extension 309 to schedule a program today. Brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We're talking about grants awarded through the AHS-TV Foundation. Tonight's grant is #GotRobots, which was written by Mrs. Erica Hogan. In the second half of tonight's show, we are bringing on a few students who have been affected by this grant. Would each of you please introduce yourselves and tell us what grade you are in?
Hi, my name is Landon Johnson. I'm in 6th grade at Lenape Elementary.
Hi, my name is Cole Walker, and I'm also in 6th grade at Lenape.
What were your thoughts when the concept was first introduced to you in class?
Honestly, I thought it'd be a lot of fun and be a challenge, and in the end it turned out to be a fun challenge.
At first I was a little skeptical, And after getting into it and starting to build, I started to really enjoy it.
What kind of different things have you learned about having these babies?
I have learned how to be an engineer and be more responsible.
I've learned many things while building and programming the robot, but one of the biggest things I learned was definitely how to code.
What has your experience with this grant been like?
It's been mostly fun, but it had its ups and downs.
My experience has been great. I've been able to learn so much while also having fun at the same time.
What is your favorite part and least favorite part about working with this grant?
My favorite part was when we finally got him to self-balance. But my least favorite part was when we realized that there was 119 steps to build him.
My favorite part is definitely seeing all the codes work, and on the other hand, my least favorite part is when they don't work.
Is there anything else either of you would like to add to benefit our viewers?
We would like to demonstrate how the robot is currently working and what it can do.
What? Away from the startup. So right now it's a work in progress, but so far we got him to move. Okay, so right now, we programmed some sounds into him. We also can also know how to move him, and we can also make his arms go. We can also put an expression on his face. And that's really all we have right now, but it's still a work in progress.
It can move a little bit sometimes by itself, but sometimes it says error, so we're currently trying to work on that and get it fully functioning.
Well, that's our show. For today, I'd like to thank our guests, Mrs. Erica Hogan, a teacher here at Armstrong School District and a writer of tonight's highlighted grant, as well as our student guests, Landon Johnson and Cole Walker. Our thanks goes out to the TV production students of Armstrong Junior Senior High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Josh Miklos. They were our film crew today. Please join us again next time for another look at the Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district and have a great week.